A new congressional report reveals a facility in Baltimore ruined hundreds of millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses and hid the evidence from the government inspectors. Emergent Biosolutions signed a $600 million government contract to produce the shots. But according to a report produced jointly by two House committees, quality control problems at the site forced the company to toss nearly 400 million doses. That number is much higher than previously thought. So Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney is joining us now. She's a Democrat representing New York's 12th district, and she serves as the chairwoman of the House Committee on Oversight and Reform, and that's one of the committees that produced this report. Thank you so much for joining us, Congresswoman. Let's start with the results of this report. The committee found that 400 million doses of the vaccine were rendered unusable. This is a plant that had quality concerns dating back years. And this was a tremendous loss just as we were trying to fight this pandemic in this country. What was the impact of having to toss all of those vaccines?
Well, it delayed getting the coronavirus out to people that needed it. But also you have to ask questions. How did they get the contract in the first place? They had a record of mismanagement, of poor quality controls, and they shouldn't have received it in the first place. When we found out about it, the Biden administration canceled the contract, saving taxpayers over $320 million. But the rest of it was wasted. And yet they had a record of not performing well. None of the virus, the vaccine was given to anyone anywhere in America or anywhere. So no one was hurt by this vaccine. But this mismanagement cost taxpayers millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, wasted time, and they did not have a record to have received this contract based on their past performance.
So now we find ourselves still fighting this virus. Congress has not approved supplemental funding for COVID-19, which would include more vaccines, tests, treatment. Why have Democrats' efforts to secure additional funding been unsuccessful so far?
Well, we get things done, but sometimes it takes a while to work through everything. We were on the floor last night, as you know, and reported on sending aid to Ukraine. We just came back into session. I'm hopeful that we'll pass the COVID supplemental this week. We're working on it. But what is so scary and horrible about this particular case is that the executives knew about it. We got of documents that showed that they were emailing people that they can't sleep at night because they're concerned about the quality control. The risks are too high. Yeah. So they were aware in the management of the Emergent Biosolutions company of the problems, yet they had not done anything about it. And the question of why did they get the contract in the first place with their poor performance? We have to improve our standards so that this doesn't happen again. We need to work overtime to make sure that the vaccines are developed and distributed to the American people.
Yeah, that is quite an egregious case. I want to ask you about something else that your committee is investigating. You're leading an investigation into the Mar-a-Lago documents Trump removed from former President Donald Trump removed from the White House. And he didn't properly submit to the National Archives as required. What are you finding out so far?
Well, we found out that he personally had delivered to his home in Florida, Mar-a-Lago, 15 cases of documents. We found that many of these documents were classified. Number one, they should not have been sent to his personal home. Certainly classified documents should not have been sent to his home, and that he tried to destroy and flush down the toilet certain documents. So we're literally pasting together documents to see that what he was trying to destroy. We have referred this case to the Department of Justice. They have opened their own investigation. We are continuing ours. We are continuing our own studying of the documents, and we will get back to you soon with other results from it.
How confident are you that you've located all of the documents that you're seeking?
I'm not confident that we located them. It's obvious that he tried to destroy some, that he illegally took them. The Archives Act says that presidential documents belong to the American people. any decision, anything happening in an administration that's documented belongs to the American people, to the history of America. Yet he took 15 crates and shipped it to his private home. And what's disturbing, the most disturbing, is that some of these documents were highly classified.
Congresswoman Maloney, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.